And welcome to Window Treatment Friday Live. This is a series of window treatment discussions on various topics in the industry. And usually it is my friend Kim Seraphim and I who host these every Friday morning chats. But today I have a very, very special guest with me while Kim is on maternity leave. I have Nikki Greenwood from Savannah Window Fashions joining me today. Hi, Nikki.
Hi, Vita. Good morning, everyone.
It is so wonderful to have you here. So, Nikki is actually visiting me. Oh, you know what? The Instagram is not really showing it very well. Come on. We need to get closer. No, I want to get there. No, it's not showing. So, Stephanie, let us know if this is showing on Instagram because I see it on my profile and we're like half seas. Yeah. All right, Stephanie, if you don't mind, yes, we're live on IG. Can you please let us know and comment? Oh, here we are.
We'll get very close.
We'll get really close. All right. So anyway, so the reason that Nikki is here with me is because she is visiting me here from Savannah in Pennsylvania. Because she is attending my VIP experience. And what it is an in-person, private retreat, if you will, a strategy session where Nikki and I have been spending time together since Wednesday night, today's Friday, strategizing her business, looking at her financials, looking at her company structures, and really making plans, some amazing plans for her for the next few years. Nikki, how have you been experiencing, liking it? What have been your impressions?
It's been a wonderful experience. Dug into some numbers, doing some planning for next year, and really excited to take my business to the next level with a little bit of strategy behind it. So 2023 is going to be off to a great start.
So this whole experience is about not reinventing the wheel, not creating something that has already been created. And it's about taking the tools that I have developed for my business, that the way I've scaled my business in the last 5 years, and just really shortening that learning curve. And I was telling Nikki yesterday, mine was from here to here, and it went like this, whereas Nikki's is about this long, and her trajectory is really, really, really high. So I'm very excited, Nikki, to see what you accomplished, see the amazing results. I think you're absolutely terrific.
Thank you, Vita.
Well, so today, what we're going to do for Window Treatment Friday is your half C's, but now a little better. Thank you. Thank you, Mimi.
Right in.
We're just going to be like, wow, really close. This is a little bit of a delay. So we are going to bring in the presentation, and the idea for today, the reason I wanted Nikki to join is because she, just like me and Kim, we own these window treatment businesses, and so does Nikki in Savannah. And she has done some amazing projects in the Savannah area with window treatment. So today I wanted to shine the spotlight on her and have you guys see the amazing projects that she's been doing and what window treatments look like in Savannah.
Yes, thanks for giving me the opportunity to share, Vita. We had some great projects last year and some new ones kicking off this year that are looking to be just as exciting.
Awesome. All right, so I'm going to kind of minimize us and bring the presentation up. Here we are. Let's see how fast it works on Instagram. All right, so right here. So without further ado, tell us about this project, Nikki.
So we've got quite a lot of slides, so I'm going to go through them rather quickly. This is a project that we completed in South Carolina in the Bluffton community of Palmetto Bluff. This was a bit of a challenge as you see the curves on the top of those windows. The Roman shade is fully operable and it is inside mounted in that casing. And the drapery are custom rods bent and the rings are specified to be welded into place, to hold that drapery in that shape.
That was really cool.
Really great little reading nooks.
Yeah, and Stephanie, I know that you are on the live and you're watching, so I'm looking on Instagram and the presentation seems to not take up, it's like it's bleeding off the screen. So I don't know if there's anything that you want me to do with any kind of setting on Restream to make sure that our friends on Instagram can see Nikki's beautiful work, because right now we kind of see half of each of her pictures, you can see. So let me know if there's anything you need me to do. So Nikki, a real quick question. On the Roman shade on this arch, is the arch operable or is the arch stationary?
So the arch at the top of the window stays in place, and then that soft smile at the bottom is what actually lowers.
Right.
And when the shade is completely lowered, that becomes flat at the bottom. You can see those little dog ears on the sides there that allow the shade to operate.
Yep. Yeah, I know. I see you guys. I see in comments that you're telling us that we're cutting off on each side. I've asked our marketing coordinator to look into it and see if there's any kind of setting that I need to do differently on the program that we use for you to see full pictures. All right, but we're just going to keep going because we have a lot to discuss here. Okay, this is another arch window.
This is actually, you can see that same arch Roman shade in the background, and then a bit more into the foreground, you see the bunk beds on the left. Those are built-in bunks, and we made little privacy curtains for them. So the angle of the one in this picture, I think the next slide actually shows both bunks, is fixed in place. That was a rod pocket that we were able to put, low-key solutions sometimes are the best ones.
I think we have a close-up of that too, or like
Yeah,
different.
there it is. Yep. So you can see that angled rod there, which has a Velcro on the inside of the rod pocket and on the rod itself to keep that fixed in place. And then the one on the left is operable, so that can be opened and closed for access.
And is the one on the left, is that a rod pocket or how is that?
Yeah, that one is a rod pocket also.
Okay, very cool. And talk to me about the striped fabric here. What was the thinking, whether it's yours or designer?
That was the designer's selection, and that's what he chose.
That's what he wanted to do. Very cute. I love it.
This is the same home. These are Roman shades that are a nice sheer fabric, unlined. The trim detail is lovely, and I think the next photo will show us the finished room with those shades in place.
So this is the after. So is this the before this picture?
Well, this is the install of the window treatments before the rest of the furnishings
Before the rest of the furnishings. Okay, so the lighting is very different.
Yes.
I see.
Those professional photographs.
The professional
really
photographs make all the difference. Exactly. So talk to me about these Roman shades that are up at the top of the transom windows. Are they operable?
They are operable. They lower to cover the full length of the window, and it's a beautiful sunroom overlooking the pool there.
It's gorgeous, Nikki. Your work is so pretty. I love it.
Thank you.
Tell us more about this.
This is the
beautiful toile.
This is the master bedroom of that same home. So we have the toile as the valance on top, which is a rod mount with rings. And we use that toile to make the banding that you see as the trim on the leading edge and along the lower hem, and some really fun chunky tassels as tie backs.
And is the valance flat or does it have pleats?
It is a flat valance with the scallop, just like a bit of a shape on the bottom.
That's right. Okay, very nice.
This is the same home. These are Roman shades in the kitchens. They're just little guys, narrow on those windows,
little guys,
on the doors.
really teeny guys. Nice. And this designer really likes this striped fabric, huh?
He did, yeah. He incorporated quite a bit of stripes. That was a really fun project to work on.
Very cool. So just a really quick pause, a commercial break, just to reiterate that VIP experience that I alluded to before. It is meant for the high achieving window treatment specialist, whether you're just starting in the business or trying to scale the business, but especially for those that are trying to scale and grow and add people onto their team. I am teaching you and giving essentially you all the tools that I have been able to develop over the last 5 years of my own scaling through the School of Hard Knocks. And I don't want you to make mistakes or to wonder or to reinvent the wheel and recreate something that has already been done. So I invite you to the beautiful Bucks County, Pennsylvania for an in-person private 2-day strategy session so that we can get you more organized, more strategic, more clear on the path forward.
And I would highly encourage anybody to consider it, to reach out and learn a bit more, because not only has, from a business perspective, been an amazing experience, and I've got so much to take home and really apply right away, but the accommodations in the area are lovely. So it's a wonderful time to step away and really work on yourself and your business.
That's right. I try to roll out the red carpet. Everything is included. The only thing that you're responsible for is the flight into Newark, New Jersey, and everything else is included. The car rides, the meals, the hotel. It's a gorgeous hotel in New Hope. And we just spent 2 intense days together working on your business. All right, what do we have next here? Another beauty.
Oh, this was a really fun one. This is a historic museum home in Savannah called the Owens Thomas House. The period represented is the 1830s, and this was the first representation of a child's room that the museum staff recreated for visitors to come and learn more about that time period. So these fabrics, I worked with a mill in upstate New York to weave the white as a dimity with a lovely diamond pattern to it. We did the bedding, we did the trim, that was all woven on period appropriate looms. There's a nice close-up that shows you that diamond pattern, which was resurrected from that time period. So that was a wonderful experience working with the curator team and the restoration team to bring this vision to life.
That's really cool, Nikki. That's something that I have never done in my close to 20 years in business. I've never actually worked on a project that was period specific, and you had to work with the weavers and the artisans that know how things were done, 100, 200 years ago. So I bet you that was just so much fun.
It was a really great project, yes.
And and that is why I wanted to bring Nikki here, because I'm in the Northeast. I'm in the Philadelphia area. Kim, my usual partner in crime, is in the New York area. So we don't see a whole lot of these historic homes and historic restorations, or a lot of the traditional window treatment styles, which anyone who has been listening to us do the WTF Live knows how much I love those. So just to have your perspective on that, Nikki, is really awesome.
This is a little preview of a fabric going into the boys' bed chamber. So in that same museum home, we're now working on the little boys' room. And believe it or not, pink was considered a boy's color in the 1800s.
That is super cool.
Yeah. So
I wonder when it switched to blue and when pink became all girls.
So the walls in the bedroom that beautiful floral is going into are a nice like mauvey pink.
So cool. Very nice. So a really quick pause here. I want you guys to know that my company, Vitalia Inc., offers a free gift that is available on my website. It's called 37.5 window treatment ideas for you to use immediately. Swipe, steal, and make your own on your next design project. And you can get yours at vitaliainc.com.
These nice palladium windows were a really cool project. I worked with a homeowner on her vision. She said when she walked into this space, she wanted to feel like Scarlett O'Hara. So they're very large. There were already built-in motorized shades underneath that arch that provided the sun control. So really, we were just providing the fabric element, and went through a design process with her. I used my iPad to take photos of the space, sketch different design options on there, work through that with the homeowner in this instance. This was the design that we came up with, and I think we have a finished photo of what it looked like when
I just can't believe that you drew this on the iPad. That's insane to me. That is so cool, and look how beautiful.
And there's the finished product, and she just loved it.
I love the green drapes. Was it velvet drapes?
It was not. It was actually a really nubby faux silk.
Oh, interesting. Okay. This is gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Nicely done. So I also, Kim Seraphim, who is on maternity leave, who is usually hosting these with me out of her location, and is a co-partner at WindowWorks. So from WindowWorks, you can also get a free gift. It's a report that's called 10 Things to Know About Custom Window Treatments. You can download your copy at windowworksnewjersey.com. And it is a wonderful kind of window treatments 101, especially if you're a retail consumer looking for some great inspiration, foundational information about custom window treatments. Tell us about this. This is kind of less Savannah-like than I would have thought, but super cool.
So this client actually has their primary home in the north.
Of course. Okay, now I get it.
So they were looking for a little bit more of a modern style. This was a new build. They brought us in near the end of the construction timeline. And we helped them with their whole home. Had one design meeting in my studio in Savannah, and then they returned home, and I was able to implement all of our selections and fabrications. So we did their bedding, we did their drapery, we did motorized roller shades. This is a honeycomb shade with a valance. We did.
So you did the whole house in what you told me last night, 3 hours?
The design,
The design,
selection,
selections. That's incredible, right?
Yeah, they came to me with their selves all buttoned up.
Don't you just love those clients?
It was
all buttoned
fabulous,
up.
all buttoned up. They had all their cabinet selections, they had all their paint selections, they knew what their color schemes were per room, and I was just able to add in that final layer of what the window treatments and bedding was going to be.
That's awesome. This is the same
This is
house,
the same home.
just
That's
a
their
different
wine room there.
wine room. How pretty.
Yes.
Yes. I love my wine room like that.
Yes.
So you guys, if you are just joining us today for the first time, I want you to know that Window Treatment Friday Live was actually first started on a podcast that our fearless leader and a fixture in the industry, Luann Nigera, and I did on her original podcast. That podcast is called A Well-Designed Business Podcast with Luann Nigera. She is up to her like 800 episode, I think. She's been doing it for 6 or 7 years, and she is a pro at interviewing people and pulling out information from them and highlighting them and giving us the salient points and the tidbits that really are meant to improve our lives and specifically our businesses. And so Window Treatment Friday was a podcast series, and then Kim and I decided to bring it into a visual form on right here where you're watching it. Well, in addition to the well-designed business, like one podcast wasn't enough, and like our Miss Luann doesn't have enough to do, she decided to start a second podcast. This one is meant specifically for the window treatment professional. It is called Window Treatments for Profit. And yours truly is humbled and privileged to have a recurring guest seat and a series called Vita's Tip in 10. I come to your podcast app every Thursday morning. So press play, because in 10 minutes or less, I give you a small but oh so mighty tip that will improve your business one way or the other. Let's talk about this home. This is gorgeous. By the way, I asked Nikki last night at dinner, I said, are all homes, new construction homes in Savannah look like this? Like they've been just like resurrected from a plantation from Gone with the Wind? She's like, yep.
Yes, many of them are. Yes, this was a new construction project. We're about 2 years in right now. So I'm 2 years in. The construction itself started before then. And I've worked closely with the builder and the design team, which is actually based out of the Northeast, as their boots on the ground to, specify where the window treatments are going to go, give whatever information the builder and the carpenters needed to influence the support of the window treatments that they had selected. This shot was just taken a couple of weeks ago. The brick was finally laid, so I could walk up to the front of the house, and
Nice.
It's just a gorgeous property to work on, and
Gorgeous.
we're hoping to install this summer.
Gorgeous. Okay, so talk to us about the importance of being brought in early enough in the project where you can be really partnering with the designer and the GC and the builder to make sure that the window treatments are thought through.
Yes. So we do appreciate being brought in, especially if there are going to be motorization elements, if there's going to be heavy drapery that need the support of headers. And so we can know where those headers are going so we can plan for the hardware when it comes time to fabricate. So being brought in on this project was really helpful. We were able to work from the drawings of the casings, from the millwork that was going to go in
This
place.
millwork, it's incredible.
It's amazing. That crown molding is 18 inches.
18
inches
guys, that's over
deep.
a foot. That's great. A foot and a half. That's insane.
Yes. So, and then also to have some input on when bookshelves were brought too close to say, hey, if you're going to put drapery here, don't bring the bookshelf all the way to the edge of the window.
Which
You
is
need
exactly what's
somewhere
happening here.
to put the rods and brackets.
This is the same house.
No, this is actually
Oh, it's a different house.
a different home.
Okay.
This is another
So
one
you
that we're
work on a
kicking
lot
off.
of new construction,
Yes.
which is really great. Nikki is just killing it there. So,
Thank you, Viva. Yeah, this was just a couple weeks ago, the first measure. So they brought us in the early phases as well. So once the windows are in, the casings are in, we can come in and then help the designers with their specification of the best way to approach their, in this case will be wall-to-wall motorized drapery.
Wonderful. That's beautiful. And you know what? Just a little sort of offshoot. I like the way you take notes and you take measurements. What program do you use?
It's actually the markup feature on an iPad Pro.
Okay.
So it's got a great camera that lets you zoom out to get a wide angle shot. And then you just use the Apple Pencil and I write my measurements right over it. It really helps to have that visual reference when you go back to specify and do a proposal to understand what all those numbers mean in the real example.
And I have to tell you, Nikki, she is so technologically advanced. You know, we spent all day yesterday looking at the numbers and financials and understanding how her company, if it were to grow, what additional resources she needs to bring in. So you have like pages and pages of notes. But instead of writing it, you know, by pen and paper, she sits there with her iPad Pro and her iPad Pro pencil, and you know, you take your notes. It's just it's great to see that you create some beautiful traditional product, and yet you use the most modern and advanced technologies to do it.
Yeah.
So
that's always right there with me.
That's really great. Yeah.
This is the same home. We just look at that view. This is at the northern edge of Hilton Head Island in South Carolina, and they've got one of the most amazing water views I've ever seen. This is actually going to be a tricky installation. I don't know if you can tell by the photo, but there's built-in pockets for motorized roller shades. And then we're going to be doing stationary panels. So I'm working with the designer right now to really figure out where to mount the rods.
That's right.
Because
of the beams, right?
We have the beams. On the right, we don't have the beams. And what looks like a wall is actually the front of the pocket that the shades are going to go into.
I understand.
So I'm going to
they can be on two different planes potentially.
They could, or we could do some ceiling mount potentially on one side and wall mount on the. So I'm going to do some sketches. So I'll use my iPad.
Your iPad Pro.
I will, and I'll sketch for the designer based upon what's feasible, and she can make the decision as to which direction she'd like to go from there.
Right, and yet visual is always like so helpful, and I love all your notes here.
Absolutely. This is a house that we're actually installing today.
Well, Nikki's here with me in Pennsylvania. Her team in Savannah is doing a bang-up job with installations.
Yeah. So this is a wonderful project in the Richmond Hill area, and a lot of windows. I want to say we had well over 100 windows in this house that we're treating.
Oh my God, girl, that's incredible.
This particular walkway is going to have cafes, so they can have that beautiful view out of the top, and then just a little bit of decor at the bottom. Privacy isn't really an issue. They're on a nice waterfront lot. And so we're doing, this was their sunroom. So there's actually roller shades hidden up under that balance.
Okay.
And the sofa,
did you do the balances?
We did the balances.
Nice.
And this is not the sofa was delivered, recovered yesterday. So I haven't even seen the sofa yet. So
that's awesome.
So it's going to be in the same stripe to match the balances.
Oh, so this sofa was brought out and now was brought back in, and it's in a different fabric.
Correct.
So this is an older picture.
This was when the balance was installed.
Things change on the daily basis, guys.
This was mid-install in their great room. So these panels are just stationary panels to soften up the space a little bit, working around the Christmas tree.
And I see here in the comment, it says that this designer is not local to Savannah. So I think what we've discovered is what sets you apart is the project management, the communication, the everything that you do is rooted in technology. So help us, for those designers who want to do work in Savannah and want to have the boots on the ground resource, tell us how you can help them.
So we really shine when we have the full start to finish project management for a project. And we found that with the number of vacation homes and second homes that people are purchasing or building in Savannah, they're often bringing their designers into the project from their home area.
Because that's what they know, right?
Exactly. So often, I think most of these projects that we've looked at today, I'll have 1 or 2 design meetings with the clients and the homeowners on site, walk around, get the vision, take all the notes, photograph all the fabric samples, and then run with it from there. So they're able to go back home while the construction is finished, and we can provide updates on everything throughout the process.
Yes, and what's really important here that I want to kind of pull out is these designers, they don't have to be in Savannah managing window treatments because they know that you have their back. They know that you're organized. They know that you have everything buttoned up. They know that you've taken all the pictures, all the notes, all the measurements. They know that you will voice the concerns of the I don't know what I don't know from their perspective. So because they have that kind of confidence in you, you are able to develop a business that is such a success while they are being confident and comfortable that the project is moving on, which is like it's an incredibly symbiotic relationship. That's great. Oh, tell us about your free gift.
Yes. So if you visit our website, you can get our free gift, which is the top 5 window treatment mistakes, how to avoid them, and how to choose the right window treatment partner. So, as a full service firm, we really, work a little bit differently from a workroom that may be fabrication only. So there's some great questions in there to ask about how you run your projects and the level of service that you're looking for to decide the right type of window treatment partner that fits your style.
And tell us your website.
Her website is savannahwindowfashions.com.
Very nice. And give us your Instagram handles if people want to follow you.
We are at Savannah Window Fashions.
There you are. Wonderful. So this completes our episode. This was a lot of pictures, a lot of different ideas and information. You guys got a little bit of a glimpse into what kind of window treatments and the type of projects that are going on right now in Savannah by somebody who is very well versed in all those things down there. And also you got to hear a little bit about the VIP experience, which is the main reason why Nikki is here with me in my newly renovated studio, Vitalia Inc. Studio, Bucks County. But before we let you go, I want to make sure that you have the contact information for WindowWorks. So WindowWorks is the full-service window treatment company located in the New York metro area. It is usually represented by one of the partners, Kim Seraphim. She is on maternity leave for the next couple of months, so I usually fly solo, or have been for the last few episodes, and that's why I'm so excited to have a partner here. It's so much easier instead of me talking to the camera. It's so great to just have the exchange and the dialogue and have a warm body next to me.
Thank you, Vita. It was happy to be here.
Yes. And you guys, if you are an interior designer looking for support with window treatments in the Philadelphia area, Vitalia Inc. Is that company for you. We are a one-stop shop, your go-to resource, a white glove concierge level service exclusively for interior designers ready to fly first class in the world of custom window treatments. So I encourage you to call me, email me, DM, PM, reach out in whichever way you feel comfortable. And we would love to see if we're a mutual fit. So until then, please join us here every Friday morning at 9 a.m. for the next episode of Window Treatment Friday Live, where we take apart a window treatment topic, be that a valance, a cornice, a drapery panel, a pleat, a lift system, a shutter, whatever. I mean, we've been doing this for close to 120 episodes. We're coming up on our 3-year anniversary in May, in just a few months. So we've been enjoying doing these, and you can always go back and watch the previous episodes and the whole library of episodes on Vitalia Inc. website and our YouTube channel, as well as WindowWorks website and their YouTube channel. So until then, you guys, have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for joining us, Nikki. You've been such a pleasure to have here and to have as my VIP client. So I really, really appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Vita.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a great weekend.